Welcome back, Bravehearts. This is the Bhn Powerpack Show. What does that stand for? Braveheart Nation. I'm going to talk about Braveheart Nation before we go into the Powerpack Show. And I want you to understand something, and I mean it. I've had a talk with my master practitioners and the people that I work with with our studio, Braveheart Nation Studio, Braveheart Nation app, Doc of Detox, our products. And I told everyone, the world is going through, you should be so excited, but most aren't. The world is going through a change that, wow. For some of you that understand, we're heading into the age of Aquarius. We're heading into a different dimension. For most of you that, not most of you, I don't mean to be like that, but for some of you, you're going to think I'm talking woo-woo. But the reality is, if you haven't noticed it, okay, there's a world of change coming. And the reality is, if you're not willing to change, man, you are going to have to buckle up, baby, because it's going to be a rough ride, because most people don't have the emotional integrity to handle what's going to go on. You know, please don't take this wrong, but before COVID, everybody was losing their shit anyway. And then when COVID came, everybody thought they had an excuse to. And then the reality is, you have to understand, because of COVID, they realized that they could lock down the majority of the population this easy. And then they realized, holy crap, if they're going to believe in something that doesn't even exist, we might as well just come at them with climate change. They're so primed for it. There is no climate change. I would like to have any scientist come on that didn't run a computer system to pretend that there's climate change. I understand this, everyone. You don't know what you're talking about. There's not climate change. There's cyclical climate changes, just like, and it's not even true, but the majority of the population is going to believe it. The majority of the population fell for COVID, okay? They fall for everything. They fall for that cholesterol is a killer. And then they'll take statins that destroy their brain, that destroy their life, that destroy their memory. And that's all that statins do. They don't do anything else. And cholesterol is not the killer. Your brain is 75%, okay, made out of cholesterol. Your cells, 50% of your cells outside of your cells are made out of cholesterol. Cholesterol goops up the cracks in your arteries. Understand something. The majority of the population, like 99.9% of the population, and even practitioners, don't understand what's really going on in the world. Just because you're a health practitioner doesn't mean that you're healthy, or that you have a healthy platform in here, that you have strategy, that you actually understand things. I never wanted to become a practitioner that was a threat, but I am a threat. And why? Because I have logic, and we have strategies. We have money-back guarantees. Everybody on today, all the practitioners today have a money-back guarantee on their treatments, their consultations. Okay, did you get that? On their non-surgical. You understand that? That they will do more in the first treatment than you have had, no matter who you've gone to see already. Because guess what? Most practitioners have a governmental training. And guess what? They were programmed. They are limited in their beliefs. You can reverse the irreversible. You can take the impossible to I am possible. And we've done it. And that's why we opened up this Powerpack Show. That's why we actually sell a whole Powerpack training. Whole life health coach certified. Wolf, non-surgical certified. Pelvic restoration, okay, training for women. This all comes as a package when people actually get a cardio med bed, whether it's for personal or for professional, or they get a cell sonic regeneration, or they get both. Then they get double the trainings, and they can give it to other people. A couple can come and do it. Understand something. There is nobody that gives more than we do. Because why? Because we have unlimited beliefs. You only have in your life because of the limitation of your belief, or the unlimited beliefs that you're holding in there are prominent and dominant within you. Let me tell you something. Yeah, listen, guys, just know this. It wasn't just you. Every one of my therapists, okay, out there, every one of my practitioners, they are feeling it. Everybody's feeling it, okay, all right? Our sales have dropped like a lead cake, and it's not because we're doing something wrong. The world is changing, and we're going to change with it. We're going to pivot, and we're going to give it. But I'm telling you right now that we know what we're doing. And you know what? Anybody want to come on my show and challenge me? Because guess what? If you haven't heard it before, it's got to be a lie. But look at all the lies that's been told to you over and over again, and you've believed almost all your life. But listen, when I tell you something and it doesn't fit your program in here, that you can actually heal yourself, and we can actually give you the proper vibration and strategies for you to do it, you don't believe it. You need someone to save you. Well, let me tell you, we're going to be talking to these beautiful ladies today, and each one of them is going to talk about a testimonial. But let me give you my testimonial. So, 2 weeks ago, I was in Texas. A lady came to me, and we have the video, so why don't you call me up and call me a liar, like people like to do. And she comes to me with a 3 by 5 inch stage, what they call for cancer. I just call it stage 4 inflammation, because anybody can deal with inflammation. Nobody can deal with cancer because it's the whole advertising around it. And they got to totally put you in turmoil so that you'll radiate yourself like a microwave oven, or you'll use mustard gas that they used in the Second World War called chemotherapy, so that the doctor can get a $5,000 kickback. 3 to 5,000. It varies. So the reality is here is that people don't have reality. They have an illusion of things. So this beautiful lady, Cindy, comes, 5 by 3 inch tumor, 1 inch deep. So 5 inches by 3 inches, 1 inch deep. I take the cell sonic regeneration and I do 600 pulses. Then I do non-surgical, for a long time, 8 minutes. And I did it gentle enough. She was, you think I'm gonna use my elbow, so she starts to go into fear, and I go, you need to relax. My elbow's just gonna love you. My elbow's just gonna come in there and love your breast. Because the cell sonic regeneration has just put enough electrical conductivity into your breast, and it says, you're not sick. You're not unwell, okay? You're not a mutation, okay? It just brought the inflammation down like this. So what we did was I did the video, and guess what? I'll be putting it up into the BHN Powerpack if it's not there already. Go to bhnapp.com. Then go into the BHN Powerpack, okay, and take a look right where cell sonic regeneration is. We'll have that video there. And then tell me that I made this up and I'm a liar. I don't lie. I never did lie, never will lie. I don't need to lie when you've got truth on your side. So when I did the cell sonic, before I even did the non-surgical, okay, I brought that down to 3 inches by 2 inches. Then I did the non-surgical, and I brought it down by 1 inch by 1 inch. And then we did, after the non-surgical, then I went and did cell sonic again, and I only did 200 pulses at a number 4, okay, just to say I love you, and any inflammation we might have caused during the non-surgical, I said, no, you're not inflamed, you're gonna be okay. Because guess what? Did you know that your cells have your personality? Oh, we could be in trouble here, right? Miss Fearful, Miss believing in sickness. I don't believe in sickness. You will never hear of me ever being sick. You'll never hear of me having the cold or the flu, all right? Because you only have the cold or the flu because of emotional and physical toxicity, and the reality is that's how your body cleanses, but we wouldn't understand that, right? Because people don't understand the body heals itself. Nobody heals you. I can't heal you. I can create the frequency I can create the environment, but you've got to magnetize that into yourself and say, I bloody well deserve it. And I'm going to own this. And I'm going to take massive personal action for the first time in my life. And I'm going to love, honor, and respect myself. So we did the 200 pulses. And then guess what? It was down to 1 inch by 1 inch. She woke up the next morning and she couldn't find it. And you'll see in this video that her breast is curled under. I just had a lady today. Oh, Dr. Wolf, I need to come and see you. Okay, my breast, my nipple is curled right under. Well, yeah, because guess what? You know, did you ever hurt? Were you ever in pain? Well, you curled in, didn't you? Like this. And guess what? So it's in pain. I already told you, it's got your personality. And now it's curling under because dehydration. Dehydration, inflammation, inflame causes dehydration. And then what you get is scar tissue formation. You get calcification, which we can reverse. We can. I just said we can reverse that. I didn't say that we could get rid of your so-called stage 4 inflammation. That is going to have to work by you changing some parts of your personality and knowing that you were created to heal. And you're going to have to change your lifestyle. You think you can do it? So she wakes up in the morning and guess what? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. She can't find it. It's totally gone. I just talked to her the other day and it's still gone. And what did they want to do? They wanted to go in and cut out a 3 by 5 inch thick, 1 inch thick tumor. Now, what kind of inflammation and scar tissue formation and dramatization would they cause to her on an emotional, physical level? You know what? It's all about the suffering, right? The greater the suffering, the greater the learning. What a crock. Seriously, guys, can we give that up now? Can we stop feeding into the tyrants that actually work for the entity that lives off of our pain and suffering? Can we just stop it? Anyways, if you want, you can go in and watch that video. But I will tell you that if you want to bring the thunder down, and if somebody tells you, oh, there's nothing we can do, well, they're not lying. There's nothing they can do. They're not trained to be able to handle this. Okay? All right? They're not trained to handle it. What do they got? Seriously. Drugs, surgery, chemo, radiation, or go to another specialist. They'll give you stronger drugs. You know, the reality is we have practitioners all over the world that have Powerpack centers. So you should search one out. Or come down here to Ixtapas y Montenegro, Mexico, and stay at the 5-star, okay? And it's a 5-star. Where we have the top energy medicine and training for you. But I guess you got to deserve it, right? You got to really want it and deserve it. And then you got to usually have to bicker with your family long enough because they don't believe in nature. They don't believe that the body can heal itself. They believe in this religion called medical. And I'm not trying to tell you that I'm totally against the medical, but the reality is guess what? They're not out there cleaning up my mess. My practitioners and myself are here cleaning up their mess. What do you think about that? And understand something. It's amazing, right? That COVID wasn't even real, and the majority of the population fell for it. Just under 80% of the population in the United States got the B. Supposedly 82, which I believe it, in Canada, percent got the B. So just know where everybody's going. And then guess what? So people will buy into a story like that, okay? But then when they get a story about how Dr. Wolf is dangerous, you know, they'll just jump all over it, right? Because what? We're just what? What? We're alternative? No. What we work with is we work with real healing. We are electromagnetic energy beings. And we use a device that has 20,000 volts and put into a love harmonic that fractures the displaced calcium and actually brings the scar tissue back to life, that you can pull the fibers apart gently to allow the blood, the lymph, and the energy flow again to actually heal your body. You can believe it or not believe it. Between non-surgical and cell sonic regeneration and our nutraceuticals and all the things we teach you, you could go from not being able to wipe your butt or comb your hair or drive or shoulder check, and in one treatment, oh my God, it's a miracle. No, your body is a miracle. God is the miracle. And understand something. All we're doing is replacing what you're missing. That's it. What was stolen from you because you bought into their story. That's the deal. And that's the truth. Debbie, what do you think?
I think that you're spot on, as usual. I really believe that, we've all just been taught and we have been raised, since we were born to believe a certain thing. And so you really have to look outside of the box. And those people, who can actually get there and figure out that mainstream medicine is just, it's there to put the Band-Aid on. It's there to give people some relief. But when you do the research and you find out that one drug leads to the next drug, that leads to the next drug, and you're still not being cured, if you want to call healed, cured, whatever it is that that we go through. So for people looking to really help themselves without having pain, without having any illness, if they would learn what the body, how the body works, which, I know I'm a nurse practitioner and I know exactly what I was taught in school. And I just remember just taking the first class with you back a few years ago. And I learned more in 9 days with you than I did in my whole 30-year career, in doing emergency medicine, also being a nurse practitioner, understanding how the body works, what's going on, what's causing the inflammation, and basically finding out that all illness is inflammation and what we can do about this inflammation. And once it occurs with the scar tissue, the calcium, that we just need to get the calcium back into the bones and get rid of the inflammation that's in the body. The pain, resolves, and we are meant to heal ourselves. The body is this amazing, it's the human body is an amazing piece of equipment. It's wonderful. And I don't think that we ever are taught how amazing our body is and how we can actually reverse so many things, including our aging. I've just, since, I've been doing what you've said, following the perfect day, following the perfect day guide, as far as eating, I have reversed my aging. As far as like when I turned 50, I started feeling arthritis, and it was all caused from inflammation in the body from years of eating the wrong thing. So we have been taught that this is okay to eat, but it really isn't. When I can remember being 25 years old and my thought was I could out exercise, a bad diet. I just thought, well, I'll never gain weight, but I didn't realize the inflammation that the body was still creating because of the foods that I was putting in it that I should have never been putting in. And this, the foods affect, the liver, the kidneys, the intestines, and how it affects it. And so when you change your, what you're eating, drinking, and thinking, the body is able to heal and reverse these conditions. So that's, it's just a wonderful thing. What I also find being a practitioner is that most people, they just want a pill for something. They don't want to make that change. They want somebody to heal them, cure them, give them something that's going to do it for them. And what they have to realize is that it has to come from within. You have to be able to put yourself where I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to love myself, only put in what should be in there. And that's what's going to heal you and take you, the distance to a pain-free life and a beautiful life. So, yeah.
And understand something, everyone, okay? People aren't lazy. Okay? They don't procrastinate. They hesitate. I want everybody to understand the science here, because there is science. When you get excited about something, you have to move on it. You have to write it down, because your mind will always go to the prominent dominant thought that you don't know enough. You couldn't heal yourself if you tried. That's all programming. Debbie, do you have any testimonial that you would like to talk about?
Sure. So I'm here in Stuart, Florida, and my clinic is Stuart Health and Healing. And you can reach me at 305-342-9559. And you can check out the website at stuarthealthandhealing.com. So I had a couple patients, a couple clients today. One of them, she comes every week, and so we decide what she wanted to work on. And she says, I need to do my abdomen. So I haven't done her abdomen in a while. She had, so she's in her mid 50s. She had abdominal surgery, a few abdominal surgeries, including whatever the tuck, where they actually lift and they relocate the belly button. So we don't even know what's going on underneath. She's got a lot of scar tissue. And she was pretty rigid, in this area this morning. So I started going in and doing a non-surgical treatment, and I was like, we have to put some frequency into, this area. So we put in 300 pulses, and what a difference, just using the cell sonic regeneration. We just, it just opened everything up. It allowed me to get into the treatment and just open up the areas that were really rigid and stiff and open up the scar tissue. And by the time we were done, it was a totally different abdomen. I said, feel that. And she started touching herself, and even her sides were so stiff because it just changed everything by doing the cell-sonic regeneration plus the non-surgical. My second client today, he's 52, and he's been for about 10 to 12 years now. He's been deteriorating, where he was farming and doing a lot of outside work, and he's unable to do this anymore because of the pain that he's had, along with he's not digesting his foods properly. So he's been coming to me every week, and so we do the cell-sonic regeneration, and we do the non-surgical. We have worked on his spine. We have worked on his low back. We've opened up his abdomen. We've done the hip flexors, the pelvic, and he's every week. He just even this week today. The testimonial is he's texting me yesterday, because everybody knows we have a storm here that's going to be arriving in the next day, and he was like, "We're still on for tomorrow, right?" He was like, we're still on, and I said, yeah, let me text you in the morning and make sure we're still good with the weather, because you never know what the day is going to be. But that's a testimony to me that he's already texting me to make sure that he can come to his appointment. And when he's driving in like an hour and a half to get here. So we do 2 hours every time I see him. So he comes in for an extended time instead of an hour appointment. We're doing 2 hours. So he's wonderful. He's seeing that he can, he's already, just getting out of this pain that he's been in. He says, I noticed what a difference after the low back treatment that he had. We did his spine today. He had a lot of calcium, up along the spine. I'm able to, in the beginning, I was hardly able to touch him. And we did the cell-sonic regeneration, and he's just amazed with everything. But he's not giving up that appointment. He doesn't care what kind of weather it is. He is so ready to completely heal his body. His mental status, he's in the right mental state, and he is he's doing wonderful. And he's even told me he'd be willing to come twice a week. So if that isn't a testimony in itself, I don't know what is. That means 4 hours of non-surgical a week. So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Here's the thing, Debbie, don't go away. Here's the thing, everyone. Do not listen to what they tell you. most natural health practitioners do not have our training. All swelling, all inflammation, all stiffness, all redness is a block. From a pimple to a tumor, to arthritis, to the swelling in your feet. We could work non-surgical and do non-surgical and cell sonic regeneration on your ankle area, and the swelling's gone. Every joint in your body becomes a turn in the river. And because you're so sluggish in your lymph system, because you've been backing up waste in your bowel forever and a day, go watch the domino effect of healthy living. Okay, it's in the library at bhnapp.com. I don't care what specialist, what PhD, what degree they have, okay? Guess what? Are they giving you a guarantee on the first treatment that they'll rock your world? Look at, my practitioners are not scared to give this. We understand the holy grail of healing. That's the bottom line. Remember something, no matter where you go to, whether you go to Debbie in Florida, Cheryl in California, you go to Penny, okay, you go to Lorraine, it doesn't matter, Magdalena, it doesn't matter to any of the therapists. I don't make any money from this. Understand something. We want to show the world, okay, that we've been duped. And even the natural health practitioners out there have been duped. And you know, they can think I'm putting them down. I'm not putting them down. Any natural health practitioner can come and take my whole life coach certification, and that's tomorrow. And tomorrow we've got 50% of people who want to be practitioners and 50% people that are from families that don't want to suffer anymore. It's a 9-day course. And then we do the Wolf Non-Surgical Certified. Then we do the 3-day pelvic course. And that's here in Ixtapa. The next one will be in January. And then guess what? And then we're coming up to Canada. And then we're going to Florida, to Debbie's, in April, I think it is. The reality is this. May, thank you. Okay, Debbie, Tim wants to know, what is your website again?
Stuart Health and Healing, StuartHealthand, healing, HEALING.com. And you can reach me 305-342-9559.
Thank you, Debbie. And look at everyone, take a look. You can send your questions in. I've got them right here. Anybody's got questions, we'll answer them. Whether it's, and even at the end, we'll go back to the practitioner if you've got questions for them. Listen, we're just excited, okay? We just introduced the BHN app, Braveheart Nation app. It's bhnapp.com. We have had over 1 million, okay, imprints on the app. Actually, 1.5 million imprints on the app, and it's only been a few weeks. Understand something. Go check it out and understand this. You've been duped all your life. You've been duped all your life. I don't care if you went to school for 20 years. The longer you went to school, the more you have been fooled, okay? Really? Okay. Oh, he's so smart. No, he's got a lot of information. It doesn't mean he's smart. It doesn't mean she's smart. We need to be logical, and we need to understand something. The body will heal itself. So if you've got questions, please send them in, okay? All right? All right. Let's go to Penny. How you doing, Penny? Penny's in the car.
I'm doing great. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm traveling, so I hope you can see me, but I am stopped right now.
Very good.
I'm not driving.
And she's got her Tesla glasses on. There you go.
Yes. My favorite.
So Penny, where are you out of again?
I am out of a little town called Union Mills, Indiana. The nearest city to me would be Valparaiso, Indiana. Chicago, Illinois is also close to me, about an hour.
And understand, everybody, Penny, Penny actually travels. She went up to Dana Anu, which is another master practitioner who owns a cardio med bed. And remember something, we do full trainings for anybody who gets cardio med bed or cell sonic regeneration, and we support you. You can come on the shows. We will help you build your business and show the world that, guess what? We are the new practitioners. We're the new world practitioners. Okay? Penny, you went to Dana's, right?
Yes, yes, that was an amazing experience. I worked on about 75 clients while there.
In what? 3 days?
From
3 days, 75 clients.
3 days.
And
Yes.
some people were booked once and they ended up coming back 2 and 3 times. So what does that
Correct.
tell you? Right? And that's only, guys,
Correct.
it's not because it didn't work. They wanted to work other body parts. How would you like to have this? Oh, I haven't been able to shoulder check in 20 years. And then she goes and works on you and does a little bit of non-surgical. And now you can shoulder check and you got freedom. And then you go, oh my God, can you do my hip? Can you do my knee? And that's all about calcification. Once you fracture the calcium, it ionizes and it actually goes back into the bones. Understand something. When you get calcified, you can't move. Grandpa, you're as stiff as a board. Okay, because of the scar tissue and the calcification. Penny, go ahead.
Yes, I actually have a client I'm still working with from North Carolina. I met her halfway about 2 weeks ago in Kentucky, and she is actually flying to me in the next week to stay with me for 8 days to continue working with her.
And everybody, if I can say this, all of the therapists will bring their cell sonic regeneration out to you. They'll bring their non-surgical, their Wolf non-surgical to you. They'll bring their perfect day consulting to you. They will work with a group. Okay, listen to me. All right, we need to get it out there. All right, Penny?
Yes, yes. She's suffering with endometrial cancer. When she first came, her pelvic was very, very inflamed. So of course we did cell sonic, a little bit of non-surgical on her pelvic, her hip flexors, her low back, her abdomen, and her spine. And by day 3, her energy, pain, she was able to reduce the amount of pain medicine that she was taking. She was just amazed with the results. I mean, she's flying to me in a week, so that speaks for itself, I think.
It certainly does.
Yes.
Everybody, just so you know this, Friday, okay, 1 o'clock Friday, we're going to be doing an hour-and-a-half training on cell sonic regeneration and why it is the most advanced, powerful energy medicine device on the planet. And we're also going to show you that it's half the price of some of the other equipment out there, but it is the latest technology. And we're going to show you hands down that with that, you get a $10,000 training with us and lifetime support that will help to build your business. And if you don't want that, you'll still come for the training, because believe it or not, a lot of people are buying cell sonic regenerations just for their family, because you get to become whole life coach certified, you get to be Wolf non-surgical certified, and women can take the pelvic restoration course. All these 3 courses come when we sell whether it's a cardio med bed or a cell sonic regeneration. What do you think that does for a family? Unless they have an emergency and get into a sports injury or car accident, they don't need to go to see the doctor anymore. That's the deal. You can believe it or not. A lot of people think I'm just a little bit boastful, but I'm not. I'm giving you the reality that you are amazing, that your body will heal. So Penny, you're also working with your family too. It's pretty difficult sometimes, isn't it?
It's very difficult. Yes. Yes.
And why is that?
You know, I'm currently working with my father. He has stage 4 inflammation on his neck and throat. We were having great success. The tumor was actually shrinking. We shrunk it by almost 2 inches in the first almost 2 weeks of working on it. And that wasn't every day working on it. That was every 3 days we went in. It's the mental part that I was dealing with my father. Getting him to understand that the emotional side of this and him not allowing himself to basically heal. He's still got a lot of anger that he's not able to process. And he got scared, I think. He went the medical route. He went and had a biopsy done. When he did that,
how angry did the tumor become when they did the biopsy? Because you do have to understand, they're cutting a little piece out of, and guess what cancer is? Cancer is anger and suppressed hate. And you can believe that if you want, or you don't have to believe it. And then you're going to go, that's not true. My grandmother was so sweet. No, she had she had suppressed anger and hate. She might have hated the way people loved her. She didn't, or things didn't go right in her life. She was angry because she felt she got cheated somehow. You cannot do that. Penny?
No, yes. Very, very angry. That's currently what we're dealing with right now. Is it's definitely angry. You know, the one thing was when my dad went to this oncologist, excuse me, the oncologist, my dad asked him, he said, so how does my diet have to be? He's like, oh, you can eat whatever you want. You can actually go have some ice cream if you want to. Well, my dad took him right up on that. He left and went and had some Long John Silvers and a couple Reese's cups, I think it was. I'm not even sure at that point. A couple days later, my dad wasn't feeling too well. But yeah, it's a challenge. You know, in fact, the other day, my dad looked at me and he asked me, when's this going to go away? And, you know, I had to tell him that in honesty, you know, Dad, when you're ready for this to go away. And he's very weak right now. So that's where we're at. I could say a lot right now. It's kind of an emotional thing for me right now. Yeah, but that's where we currently are.
Okay. So,
oh, but let me go back to also the oncologist did admit that the head of the tumor was dying, but it wasn't anything we were doing. So
remember something, everybody. A star always gets bigger before it dies out. Okay? The tumor can even get larger before it dies out. It's huff and puff, I'm going to blow your house down. And then guess what? It surrenders. Okay? Remember, it's an entity. It wants to live in you. It's not going to give up. And people don't understand it. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Do you know how many people, okay, will come to us and go through all this therapy, and then they'll go and they'll get an x-ray and they'll go, oh my gosh, what is that? And then they'll go in and do the surgery and they'll find out that it's benign. It died a long time ago. And guess what? It was encased. It wouldn't have done any harm. You know, too bad that science didn't love us. Their science didn't care for us. You understand?
Right.
Why is it that everything that they do for us, it's got to be toxic? It's always got to hurt us. It's always got to be suffering. You know, Sage is going to be going to Toronto. He's going to be going to, Dr. Sage Wolf is going to Toronto, okay, in a few weeks here. And you can watch for it. And then he's going to Calgary. And then from there, he's going to Florida, okay? All right? And he's going to be in about 10 days in each of these places. And he's going to be doing thermography, heavy metal testing, cell sonic regeneration, and Wolf non-surgical. And you can just check with Lorraine, or you can check with Magdalena. Lorraine's in Calgary. She's looking after it. Magdalena's in Toronto, and she's looking after it for that. And then Debbie and Dina are looking after Sage when he comes there and booking all his treatment that he's going to be doing. So the reality is we want to show everyone, okay, that when they tell you there's nothing left that they can do, that's when we take over. And I'm not talking about the person that's on their way out because they've done radiation and chemo, okay, and they haven't eaten right, and they don't love themselves, they've given up on their life. We're not talking about that person. We're talking about the person that believes that they are the healer they've been looking for and that they're ready to change their personality. Penny?
Yes, absolutely. And I'd like everyone to understand, when I say with my father, he comes to see me for about 2 weeks and then he leaves and he'll be gone for another couple weeks and then comes back. And each time when he comes to see me, when he first walks in, he's got no energy, needs assistance with walking. By day 3, I've brought that energy up. My dad's color's coming back. He's able to walk without his cane or assistance. And things are starting to improve, and then he leaves again. And so it's been this vicious cycle of non-consistent treatment. That's been my biggest challenge with my dad. He lives 6 hours away from me.
And I told him, I said, look you need to go and stay with her for 3 to 6 months. That's it. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. You know it as well as I do. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough time. Oh my God, we have all the money and the time in the world. But guess what? Time ran out, didn't it? I'm not trying to set anybody up. I'm trying to tell you that you deserve the best right at the beginning. So when you have somebody in your family that's really ill and they don't want to spend any money or any time or any energy on their own healing, understand something. They're not a bad person. They were raised to believe that they weren't worth much. What do you think, Penny?
I 100% agree with that. Yes. He just, and he's retired. He has the time. It was, I need to go to my garden and my porch and, everything else that superseded his health. I know in my heart that whatever the outcome's going to be, I've given my dad the best that he would have had. His pain is, he gets headaches and he does get the weakness, but where my dad would be with the type of inflammation he has and going the medical route, he would have been in so much pain and he would have already been gone from this world. I have no doubt. So, like I said, no matter how much longer I have with him, I know it's been, I've given him the best that he could get.
And he gave you the best that he could give.
And he did. We've probably gotten closer than I've been with my father ever, actually. Emotionally, it's been wonderful. It's not all been, it's just challenging because I know what I know. And I'm like, if I could just get him to believe, if I could just get him to, but
to believe in self-love, to believe in self-care. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Self-love, self-care, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's been a great experience, but challenging. Absolutely.
So Penny, how do I get in touch with you if I'd like to, and where do you live, and what is your clinic called?
So it's called Advanced Health and Healing in Union Mills, Indiana. My phone number is 219-309-7092. Yep.
All right, let's head over and see Cheryl in California.
Well, hi, Daryl. Thanks for having me. We're having an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, sunny day here in California, Northern California, in Occidental. So my clinic is Occidental Health and Healing, and you can go to the same website, occidentalhealthandhealing.com, or you can reach me at 707-322-1979. And today I want to talk about an amazing testimonial because I had a young 32-year-old man, and 32 is young these days, and he was sitting at a red light when he was ran into with a dump truck going about 40 miles an hour. So he had a lot of compaction that happened to his spine, especially in his lower back, and of course the whiplash in his neck. Now, his insurance company told him if he wanted to get money out of it, he had to go through this process. And so this young man was getting these horrible injections into his lower back. He was having to go to all these different kind of massage modalities. And finally they said, well, if you really want to get a lot of money, you better do surgery. And he goes, oh no, I'm way too young to be doing surgery. He goes, keep your money. Jeez. So he heard about us. I guess he saw you on Facebook and he got a hold of me and he came to see me. And so the first thing that we did, of course, was cell sonic his lower back. In fact, we did his entire spine. And so I was able to we did a good 800 pulses on his spine, and we focused on the sacrum and his SI joints. And this young man couldn't go to work. He couldn't move. And he had to get somebody to drive him to see me. It was a 3-hour drive. Okay. So he stayed for several days. After working Wolf non-surgical on his spine, his lower back, and the sacral area, he could bend over and touch his toes. He was literally in tears. So we have a wonderful testimonial that we'll be able to put up. It was just, it brought tears to my eyes to see somebody who was told to give up, that he would never be able to work in his profession again, that this was all he could do, and he'd better get the surgery if he didn't want to end up in a wheelchair. So here he is now. He'll be coming back to me again in about a week and a half, and we'll continue these sessions to make sure that we get everything healed. Anyway, it has just been a phenomenal experience for me, and I never get tired, ever. It's my passion to see that I can bring this healing modality to people.
Yeah, absolutely. And guess what, everyone? Just think how many people participated in the big lie. What did I tell you earlier? You can think of me whatever you want, but this world is all about suffering, okay? Suffering is the big payoff, buddy, okay? Going the drug route, getting cut open, doing the surgery, getting screws, bolts, rods, mesh, stents. How am I doing, everybody? What are we trying to say? God did a lousy job? Seriously? Seriously? And then people tell me they have all the faith in the world, but guess what? They've also had all the surgery and they're on all the drugs in the world too. That's not a lot of faith there. The faith is in the healing. And guess what? It's an inside job. All we can do is create the environment. What do you think, Carol?
That is absolutely the case. And one of the interesting things too is being able to bring to him the knowledge that I got taking the whole life coach. What are you eating? How are you eating? Are you eating fast? Are you shoveling it down? Are you in that sympathetic state every time you're putting nourishment in your body? Are you wolfing down a cheeseburger instead of a nice fresh salad? Anyway, we've had a lot of conversations. He's excited on this new journey to his health because he is absolutely emphatic that he doesn't want to live in an inflamed state anymore. And he's excited about taking his health back, to be able to take his life back, to have movement back, and to imagine that we have a cell sonic regeneration right here, that anybody can come and have that opportunity to heal yourself. And it's just like Daryl said, it's an inside job. We can support you, we can guide you, we are here for you, but you have to take that first step. You have to make the call. You have to take the massive personal action to become your own practitioner, to become your own self-healer. And everybody that's ever taken these courses, and all these women that are on this show, we've all taken that journey ourselves.
Beautiful. Thank you, Cheryl. And now let's head up to Toronto, Canada. Hi, Magdalena.
Hi, Daryl. How are you?
Fantastic.
I am wonderful, fantastic, amazing, like all of you. I love my beautiful breakfast. I'm so happy to be here. And we keep on shining, no matter what's going on in the world. Our business is to be happy, love ourselves so much, and be happy and enjoy and be the light for your family, for your friends, and for the world. And my name is Magdalena. I'm in Toronto, and my website is torontohealthandhealing.com. My number is 416-669-9351. And I want to mention, I was working on a beautiful lady, 60 years old, and her spine in the thoracic area. She had calcification across like an lane in the thoracic area between TH5 and 8. And she mentioned that when she was little, she had problems with the lungs, always sick. So her spine is a little bit inclined, like she's bent. And I work on her. I did Delta Sonic regeneration, and I also did the Wolfram surgical. And it decreased. It was so much scar tissue that she had there, and she's so excited to come for the next treatment. And she was so happy.
Beautiful. And also, you've got Dr. Sage Wolf coming up, and he's going to do 5 different treatments a day. And he's going to be doing Wolf non-surgical. He's going to be doing, he's going to be using your cell sonic regeneration unit. He's also going to be bringing and doing thermography, guys. If you know what thermography is, it's non-invasive. It's not an X-ray. It's not radiation. And it's more specific and exact than getting an X-ray, okay? And this is like a 6-page report. It tells you everything about yourself. He's also going to be doing heavy metal testing. He's also going to be doing perfect day consultations as well. When is he coming up there, Magdalena?
Yeah, coming on November the 4th to the 14th. You can call me if you want to make an appointment, 416-669-9351, or you can go to bhnapp.com.
And also, I'm coming up there to lecture. What is the date that I'm coming up to do a day with the dog?
He's coming on October the 20th, Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we are so happy to have you here in Toronto. October the 20th. Very soon.
Thank you. And listen, everyone, do check out Magdalena. She's in Toronto, just north of the 401. She's a beautiful, beautiful practitioner. And again, can you give your phone number again, Magdalena?
Yes, my number is 416-669-9351. Thank you, Dale, and have the best day of your life.
Thank you, sweetheart. Now let's go to Calgary, and we'll go and see Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, Daryl, and hi, all you beautiful brave hearts out there. Yeah, I am very excited. I am hosting Dr. Daryl Wolf with 2 lectures. The Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family on Thursday, October the 24th, and then a day with the doc on October the 26th. So we are very fortunate here to have Dr. Wolf coming and doing these lectures, these life-changing, life-saving lectures. When you can crack that coconut from the inside out and get all the connections working better on an emotional and physical level, I mean, that's what we're talking about. We are witnessing these changes when we counsel people, when we do the Wolf non-surgical and the cell sonic rejuvenation. These things are opening up areas of stagnation in the body and creating that inner light, that inner vibration, that inner frequency that has been tampered down because of the lockdown in the body. So I had a beautiful lady come, and she actually came all the way from Vancouver to see me. And she had one daughter. Her daughter was about 25 years old. Her daughter came with her, and she had been suffering with a hip problem ever since she gave birth to her daughter. So 25 years, never had any Wolf non-surgical done on it. And so I went in and I started with the Wolf non-surgical to feel what I could feel and know where I needed to be using the cell sonic rejuvenation. So she felt what it felt like without the cell sonic rejuvenation. I did 400 pulses on her hip, and then I went back in and did more Wolf non-surgical. And she got up and she said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't felt this good. She said 70% better, 70% better. And then she asked if I would be willing to make the trip out to Vancouver. And I said, absolutely. Absolutely. You find me a bunch of people in your area, and then I'll start putting it out and hopefully get a few places that I can stop on my drive to Vancouver. So that could be something that I'm going to do in the next little while. And just know that I'm willing to go to wherever you are, like Dr. Wolf said. This stuff is so profound. It's just so profound when you can do the perfect day on all 4 levels. So the diet, the nutraceuticals, the exercises, and the most important, Braveheart emotional work. Like Penny was saying, her dad wasn't or isn't, I'm not going to say willing, he just doesn't have the understanding on how well these beautiful bodies work. Otherwise, he would be encouraging it. But that's the way, we've been programmed. We've been programmed that we need to go to the doctor every single time we have an ache or a pain or something that scares us. We don't understand it. And who am I? I'm not a doctor, So we go outward to find the answers when really the answers are tucked inside. And we just have to open up that area of stagnation and get the blood flow to the area and the lymphatic flow to the area and get the nervous system working better. When we can open up those areas of stagnation, crystallization, calcification, and scar tissue, and just know that, you can have scar tissue without having a scar, because we have emotion that creates the issues in our tissues. Or we could have a trauma that creates the emotion that creates the issues in our tissues. Either way, we get the issues in our tissues. Sandra and I were talking earlier today on our Q&A for the Advanced Water Fast, and we were talking about the therapeutic vomiting. And when I talked about what I had written down that I really wanted to bring home, it brought me right back to one time in my life where I needed to be doing that therapeutic vomiting. And, my reason for saying all this is because we've got it figured out. We've got the strategies. All you've got to do is tap in. That's it. Just tap into the strategies because they're here for you so that you can become that shining light for yourself first, and then maybe your family, and maybe who knows where you're going to take it.
Thank you. Lorraine, can you give everyone your phone number, website?
Yes.
Okay.
So my phone number here is 403-605-9216. So if you want to secure your spot for the lectures or a spot for an appointment with Dr. Sage Wolf, give me a call. And then my website is onetruewellness.com. And that's about it. I'm here in Calgary, pretty central, close to Chinook. We got a great big huge parking lot, so we're ready for you.
Thank you, Lorraine. In one statement, what would you like to leave everybody with? And then I'd like to go back to Debbie and Cheryl and Penny and Magdalena, and I want you to give everyone just one thought to think about.
Our bodies know how to heal. All we have to do is give them what it needs. That's it. That's it.
Debbie?
So I knew in that first day of class back in Texas that this was the right place I was supposed to be. And I have just been so blessed to see so much healing that has happened around me. And I hope that people realize that the body is an amazing piece of equipment that we have, and it can heal. You just have to open up your mind and your heart and let us help you, show you the way so that you can start your own healing. Take that first step.
Thank you, Debbie. Penny, are you still with us?
I am. I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely agree with what Lorraine and Debbie both. The body's amazing, guys. It listens to you. It listens to you. And the programs that we run, it's amazing. You want to heal, we give you those beautiful, the Wolf non-surgical and the cell sonic regeneration, the energy from that. And if you just, it's not really the believing in it. It's allowing yourself to heal is the term I'm looking for.
I guess you got to deserve it. Most people are
gotta
taught you don't deserve it.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And I'm seeing it, and it's, it's amazing. It's amazing. I've healed myself. I mean, I could give you my own testimonies, but that's another show. But I've had amazing results.
Right. And we will do it. In 2 weeks, we'll have Penny give her testimonial, won't we, Penny?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, that could help a lot of women out there, because I know lots of women that struggle and have had cesareans and hysterectomies and all that. I've had amazing results.
Good for you, love.
Thank-
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Penny. I'm going to leave everybody with a famous Rumi poet who said, "The mind is the slayer of the real." Because as we form beliefs, and of course, all beliefs are a lie, your thoughts are powerful. Change your thoughts. Change how you talk to yourself. Change how you love yourself. Say every day, if you hear a negative thought, change it. If you're walking through the house and you go, "God, I can't believe how stupid I was," go, "Cancel clear. I finally remembered. Look at me. I'm amazing. My mind is brilliant." That's how powerful you are.
Thank you, Cheryl. Magdalena?
I got my Tesla glasses right now. I want to invite everybody to, if they can take this opportunity, to stay tuned, learn here. You can learn so much. If you have that opportunity to take this whole life course, it's amazing. You will learn so much how you can heal yourself in an emotional level, in a nutritional level, and in a physical level. And most important, we learn how to love ourselves so much. Love yourself. Take care of your body, because you are the only one in charge. And love yourself and learn how important it is to learn how the emotions, about our emotions. We're emotional human beings, and it's very important to be happy, enjoy this adventure called life. And
Thank you.
that's my thought. God bless you all.
Thank you, Magdalena. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And everyone, just know we'll be back here for BHN Power Pack in 2 weeks. And also know this, I already said it, we're coming on here again. If you're a practitioner or you doubt us, or you're not a practitioner, but you want an intensive training on why cell sonic regeneration is the future of healing, and it is, and what we can do to support you, whether you just want it for your family or you want it for your business, we're going to give you all the training in the world. We're going to support you and take every phone call with you for the rest of your life. We've got you. This isn't about selling you something. This is about giving you a whole way of living, okay? And creating an amazing living where you can feel good about yourself, and you'll be actually fixing things when nobody else can. Because we are going to give you the most powerful body work. We're going to give you the most powerful training in how to create a perfect day on emotional, nutritional, physical level for everybody, doesn't matter who. And we're going to actually show you about what cell sonic regeneration does and cardio med bed does. And on Thursday, I will be doing the cardio med bed show. And understand something. Let me tell you something. How would you like to have the most powerful therapy in the world for bringing back perfect circulation? Reversing, even if they told you need to have heart surgery and it can be canceled. You think I'm kidding? Go to bhnpowerpack.com or go to BHN app and just go to BHN Powerpack right in the app and check out the Perfect Day Guide. Check out our library. Check out all the things that are free. No obligation. Okay, go in and just check it out. There's more study in there and more truth in there than most natural health colleges. And you know, that's a big statement, but go in there and prove me wrong, okay? I want to thank everybody for joining me today. And there are people that had some questions here about Dentagen and a few other things. I promise to answer them on Facebook, okay? We're running a little bit over time here, but everyone, your questions are appreciated. Your questions matter, you matter. And I promise that we will start answering the questions right on the shows. We haven't done a Power Pack show for a while, so we ran a little longer because, well, we just haven't done one in weeks, okay? But just know this, you can count on us. I promise you. Money does not come first, and it can't. And guess what? It's going to be a training and a teaching for everyone. That you're going to have to go inside and you're going to have to create the life that you've always wanted. All right? The world is not ending. We're going into a whole different dimension, which I don't even want to touch on because most people can't even fathom it. Yeah, everything is changing and not for the worst. You're always going to hear the fearful stories, okay? Don't fear. When I come on with the Wolf Report, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to tell you they've always lied to us. They're always going to lie to us. You can't fix the government. You can't fix the medical system. You can't fix anything, okay? All right? Out there. But you can more than fix yourself. You can heal yourself. You can love yourself. You can care for yourself. 3, 2, 1. You've got this, Bravehearts. God bless.